Well, hello, hello, hello. This is a rare addition to the stuff. Anyways, I've opted to start trying some different CB antennas on the car with the tram 3-magnet mag mount. And to that end, let me show you something. I'm going to flip this around. Oh, come on in. We do stuff.
I think you're really cool. I like you a lot. Maybe we can hang out or something. Hey, I think you're really cool. I like you a lot. Maybe we can hang out or something.
Okay, the first one that I ordered is this base loaded with the tuning rings. That right there. Of course, I don't have my reading glasses on, so I can't just read it off to you. I'll put it in the notes or in the description. But that is supposed to be a pretty good antenna. So after work, I will endeavor to bolt that bad boy on, and obviously it comes with the instructions there and in every known language there. So there it sits. CB radio number 2, purchased CB radio antenna. I have one on there right now that's basically modified dipole, and I believe if I had an auto tuner I could tune it in, but I really don't want to have that much. I want an antenna that's resonant in the middle of the CB band. How hard is that? I mean, it shouldn't be this difficult. So we shall check that out later. Keep you informed. Okay, that's currently with the 2 aerials. I don't know if you can even see them there. And then that's the ham radio GMRS. That's the CB, and then that's the twin antennas things. Okay, well, it's up on there. I tuned it. The SWR on channel 40 was just out of the box, was just a little under 2, and on channel 1 was just a little over 1. Reached out for a radio check, and of course I took this SWR meter off because, like I said, my goal is not to be running around with an SWR meter strapped to this thing. I would like to be resonant in the middle of the CB band, and it's just the return to my request for a signal report. So that appears that antenna so far, Road Pro antenna, loaded base antenna. So let me go ahead and turn that down because it's distracting me. Doesn't take much to distract me. I will continue on. I'm going to save the box, and who knows? We'll see. I've got one more coming tomorrow. And we'll look at that one and see how it does, see how it gets out. And then we'll kind of do a comparison. I've got 3 regular made for CB antennas, one of which has got a SWR of like 9, and there's no touching it, and we've already seen that one. And then this one was way down at 1, just barely over 1, and then under 2 on 40. And that's with the adjustment rings all the way to the bottom. If I'd have brought them up, I could probably get them, you know, pull 40 down to 1.5, and then of course I'd have to give up, you know, half, you know, 0.5, so it'd be 1.5 on 1 and 1.5 on 40. I don't know. I don't know enough about CB to know which end of the spectrum or the band that I'd be playing around in, so I really don't want to be trying to give up reach and good quality communications just to satisfy my need for a perfectly balanced, you know, 1.5 to on one end, 1.5 on the other. Doesn't mean that the middle isn't going to be 12. It just means that it's on one end it's 1.5 and the other end's at 1.5. So, all right, let me back out of here, and when I get the other antenna, I will definitely pull you back in and let you look at it. Okay, this is several days later. A couple of things that are kind of obvious to me. Number one, this is a new SWR meter, and I got a longer jumper, and I'll be probably running a Velcro strap over the top of that right there and holding it down. I was saying that I wanted a resonant antenna and not having to run that, and there's an off chance, based on what you're about to see, that I might be there. So this is the Road Pro that you saw me put up the other day. And I also reorganized the way the antennas are set on the roof of the car. And I'll show you that as well. Those big ass magnets take up a lot of real estate on a very small roof. The roof itself is huge. This is a pretty big vehicle, but it's got a glass top, so the actual metal part is rather small. That all being said, I've already did the SWR adjustments and adjusted the rings. I'll show you that in a second. But I just wanted to show you on channel 1, the needle doesn't even move. Okay, and I thought, oh man, you jacked up your coax. But if I take it to channel 40, I don't know if you can see that, the glare, sorry, it goes up to 1.5. So I would have to say that this is probably a pretty good antenna, and the match is and if I mess with it here, you can see it is transmitting power, and it is going to set on channel 1. And if I flip it back down to reference, or reflected, I'm sorry, still channel 1, and the needle doesn't even, I mean, wow, I'm almost hesitant to even jerk around with that any further. But I have another antenna I want to test, and then I'll do a recap. Okay, when I was saying that I had moved them, they're more or less straight in line instead of being offset and spread out. I figured that the ground plane that it needed would be more effective if it was centered in the roof. Now it was, but the two other antennas were offset left and right. I don't know if you can see it there, but those are the tuning rings right there. you go up to make the to bring in to bring down the SWR on 40, channel 40, and you go down to adjust channel 1. So it was all the way down here at the beginning, and I brought it up this far, and that's where the SWR is right now. And I'm really loath to mess with it because it is at such a great tune right now. But I did buy this antenna as well. Okay, it's a half and half 54-inch base loaded CB antenna from Procom. There's a base loading down there, and well, might as well just, and the product number is JCB 1500. So anywho, let me get this unwrapped and put together, and I'll bring it out here, and we'll give it a looky-see and see what's going on, and then I'll give you my take on what the status is. Okay, so just a quick recap. We tested the KB40, or the K40, except that's a K40 electronics. I can't remember which model this is. Adjustable tip. The Road Pro, base loaded 30-inch, it's a RP 550, okay, and that was this one. And then the one that is up there on the top of the car right now is the Procom JBC 1500. And I wanted to give you my take on them, and I guess the bottom line here is I could not get the SWR down enough to make this even usable. I mean, it was heinous. This one, dialing that just a little bit, it's 1 to 1.4, okay? That whip, first crack out of the box, 1.2 to 1.4, okay? Now, some of the of the 2 out of 3, it'd be this one, and that one, okay? I'm not a huge fan of whips. They, you know, when you're driving and they're bending that way, your radiating direction and pattern gets skewed. Setting still, they're great, but I'm not real big on antennas whipping around in the wind. Not that this one would not. Okay, so for that, if all things are equal, if it's based on that right there and a structured, consistent radiation pattern, I would have to go with this one. But I have a sneaking suspicion that extra 24 inches, let's see, 30-inch and 54-inch, so I gotta think that extra 2 feet of antenna length has got to do something for its reach. I'm gonna pull back out of here and do a little wrap up on this whole thing. Take this over to the garbage can, or my workbench rather, and I'll kind of click in and tell you what's up. Okay, Had to go get my arms full of crap to bring out to the car because, you know, I can't travel with just one cell phone. I gotta have 3. Don't ask. Final thoughts on all this. Am I a big believer in slamming one product over another? Absolutely not. I believe all 3 antennas have a place or a market where they would fit. Sorry, I'm putting all the crap in my car. A market or a niche that they would fill. Well, I'm disappointed. This was the most expensive one, by the way. Oh, the KB40 was the most expensive of the 3. However, it may be just because that particular type of antenna, and I think that's a top load. If I really, really wanted to boil it down, yeah, it's a top load. You can see all the super fine windings right there at the top. That's a top loaded antenna. Maybe it just did not play well the way it was mounted on my roof, the way that the metal structure of my car, the way that the cables were wound through. There's a multitude of things that could be going on that made that one not play nice. Does that mean it's a bad antenna? I don't think so. I think in a different situation, different vehicle, different mount, different whatever, it's probably perfectly fine. KB40 does not, or K40 does not put out crap, period. So look at the 2, you know, use your judgment, and I appreciate you guys coming in and looking at this video, and I've got some more work to do on the homebrew CB antenna. I purchased a choke to put in line to see if I can get the SWRs down on that. And I'm seriously thinking about breaking down and buying a Tram 1489 or the Proton or whatever it is, base vertical antenna, just so I have a professionally made one. So yeah, got a couple things coming. I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. If you would do me the honor of hitting the subscribe button, hitting like, make a comment. If you didn't like anything I did, hit the dislike button twice. It's not a problem. No hard feelings. Thanks for hanging out. Peace. Hello, hello, hello. Damn, I sounded like Mrs. Doubtfire. The hell was with that? What an ugly day out. But it's not raining yet. And it's not 1,000 degrees yet. It is kind of humid, but you know, South Carolina, yo. I thought I would take you with me. I'm going over to my storage unit. I'm dropping off some crap over there, and I was given a dish antenna, okay? Dish network antenna. And the reason I even said, yeah, I'll take it, is because I wanted to mess around with it. And the biggest thing was the mount. The way that it mounts to a mast, etc. All right? I have a fiberglass mast that I purchased, and the bent horseshoe clamps made out of a, I don't know, like 1/4 inch or 3/8 inch, the same material that they would make a bolt or whatever I'd have bent into a U. To me, that is just a recipe for cracking the fiberglass. Okay, this has got a long tube that kind of clamps, and it's got 3 different clamping points. So jump on in and let's go for a spin, and we'll check this stuff out.